Hi, I'm Bridget, and welcome to my kitchen where I help busy families eat well with wholesome and delicious recipes. I like to say that salmon is the new chicken, and there are all kinds of reasons why we should be eating more salmon. But if you're getting tired of the same old, I think you'll love this lively version. In this recipe for spicy salmon with mustard and molasses, a delicious spice blend in Dijon mustard adds just the right amount of heat, and then molasses adds a savory kind of sweet that balances out the flavors. You'll see how salmon is so versatile and can handle lots of added seasoning from the spice blend. And I'll also show you how you can use the spice blend on roasted cauliflower. Let's start by mixing together our spices. We'll use this spice blend more like a rub. It has 8 spices in it, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder, 1.25 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 1/2 teaspoon of regular sweet or hot paprika. If you don't have smoked paprika, you can just replace it with regular paprika. And then we're going to add a pinch of a chipotle chili to add extra heat. And if you don't have dry chipotle, then you can just add extra chili powder. So there is our spice blend. We'll just mix it together. You'll have way more spice blend than you need for this recipe, but you'll have it in the cupboard to use next time you want to make this salmon dish, or you can use it on different kinds of vegetables. You can use it with shrimp, and you can use it with chicken. So now that the spice blend is well combined, I'm just going to sprinkle it over our salmon. You can be as generous as you want with this. And then I'm just going to pat it in a little bit. And then we'll let this salmon sit while we put together the mustard and molasses sauce. The molasses Dijon sauce is extra easy. It's just 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and 2 tablespoons of fancy molasses. And we'll mix those together. It's more of a slather actually, because we're just going to pour it on top of the salmon before the salmon goes in the oven. Now that they're well combined, we'll get the salmon on the cookie sheet. I've lined this cookie sheet with parchment paper, and I've preheated the oven to 450 degrees. So we'll just move our salmon fillets over to the parchment. And then I'm going to spoon the sauce over top. You could brush it on as well, but as with the spice blend, you're going to have extra molasses Dijon sauce. So you don't want to get any of your salmon juice into that leftover sauce. All right, I'm just going to spread it a little bit. This is a great combination of sweet with heat in this recipe. So now it'll go in a hot oven, 450, for 10 to 12 minutes, but the cooking time really depends on how thick your fillets are and how you like your salmon cooked. So our salmon has been in a little over 10 minutes, and I think it's done. Now there are a couple of ways that you can test to see if it is cooked to your liking. One is just when you touch the top of it, how much give that fillet has, and that's something that you can just figure out through experience, or you can just flake it open and tell through looking at the inside if it's cooked enough to my liking. And then also remember, when you take your fish out of the oven, it's still going to continue to cook for a little bit longer. Remember earlier when I said how delicious the spice blend is on cauliflower? I'm going to show you how to make that simple dish. We just start with a full head of cauliflower. I'm going to cut off a bit of the core. And then I'm going to cut it almost like it's a loaf of bread. And it's going to break into smaller pieces, but in the middle, we're going to get a few cauliflower steaks, which are the big slabs of cauliflower. That is a cauliflower steak. I'm cutting this cauliflower about half to 3/4 of an inch thick. And we're going to roast it at 375 degrees. So now that it's sliced, we'll get it on the cookie sheet. I'm just going to drizzle the cookie sheet with olive oil. And I'll start by laying our steaks down. I'm just going to rub them in the oil and then flip them. So we ended up with 3 good steaks. But we're going to roast everything together. And once you have everything in the pan in an even layer, a single layer, we'll give another drizzle of olive oil. And then I'm just going to sprinkle the spice blend over top. You can put as much of the spice blend on it as you like. And that is ready to go in the oven. It will roast at 375 for about 25 minutes. And you can just test it at the 20-minute mark and keep testing it until it's done to your liking, depending how tender you like it to get. So we'll put our cauliflower in the oven at 375 for about 25 minutes. There, our cauliflower is nice and golden, so we know that it's cooked through. You can test it with a fork to see if it's tender enough for you. And really, when it comes to deciding how long to cook your cauliflower, it just depends on how well you like it cooked. Spicy salmon with mustard and molasses is an easy weeknight meal that really is ready in under 30 minutes. And remember, you'll have extra spice blend to use on cauliflower or any other vegetable you like. I'll be sharing more speedy weeknight meal ideas, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.